48 hours after they lost to Wigan Robin Park, AFC Liverpool faced St Helens Town at Valerie Park as they looked to beat the visitors for the first time at the fourth time of asking. Reds manager Paul Moore made several changes to the side that lost against Wigan, with River Humphreys, Neville Picton, Steve Jones and Francis Barry making his first start since the beginning of December coming into the starting lineup. It was St Helens who took an early lead as they capitalised on the Reds' failure to set themselves properly for a corner. Charlie Stoker headed Kieran Hoult's corner inside the far post, where James Buckley tried to clear off the line in vain, according to the linesman. Quite how the linesman could be entirely sure in his assessment that the ball actually crossed the line must be in some doubt, but until the FA introduced goal line technology, then controversial decisions like that will continue to be a part of the game. The Reds almost found an immediate response. When a Steve Jones corner was returned to the striker, he made his way to the byline before cutting back to Ryan Wignall. His shot was deflected to James Buckley, who saw his shot on the turn spilled by Lee Novak, but the keeper recovered enough to deny Jones, who was following up. On a blustery night, the visitors had the wind behind them in the first half, and Charlie Stoker looked to use that to his advantage when looking to find the far corner from distance, but fortunately for the Reds, his accuracy wasn't quite perfect. With the Valerie Park pitch having recently been drained, it was more conducive to a passing game, and a neat move by St Helens ended with Kieran Hoult dashing in behind the Reds' back line to latch onto Philip Williams' pass, but Sean Lake was quickly off his line to close down Hoult, who put his effort wide. Whenever they could, St Helens Town used the wind to their advantage, and on this occasion it was Hoult delivering a free kick into the Reds' box, but Gary Doyle failed to trouble Lake with his header. Just before the break, James Buckley had AFC Liverpool's best chance of the half, getting onto Francis Barry's delivery, but the midfielder was unable to guide the ball inside the far post. A change of ends meant that AFC Liverpool had the win behind them in the second half, and it almost brought them instant dividends when Steve Jones got onto the end of Ryan Wignall's ball over the top, but though the striker lobbed the advancing Lee Novak, his effort was hooked off the line by Lee Crompton. There were calls from the Reds for a penalty after Novak's momentum took out Jones after he had played the ball, but the referee ignored them. The win played its part in another chance for Jones, as Andrew Mawdsley's header presented the striker with an opportunity to fire a low shot into the near post, but Novak got down to turn it behind for a corner. However, the Reds didn't have to wait too much longer for the equaliser, as a Francis Barry corner swirled in the wind, and Novak was only able to palm the ball onto James Buckley's head, and the midfielder was not going to miss from that range. Having not scored for 1 day shy of a full year, Buckley had now grabbed 2 goals in the last 3 days. Steve Corris had a great opportunity to put AFC Liverpool in front. James Buckley's pass squeezed through to Francis Barry, who knocked it onto Ryan Wignall, and after getting past Gregory Harrison, the winger crossed to the back post, where Steve Jones headed the ball back, but Corris was unable to stick his head on the ball. However, Corris did play his part as Francis Barry put the Reds in front on 61 minutes. James Buckley's low cross started some pinball football on the edge of the 6-yard box, and Corris did enough to allow Barry to steal in and head in his first since the end of October. It was the striker's second goal against St Helens Town this season, after he scored in the 2-1 defeat back in August, and that header took his tally to the season for 10. The Reds had another appeal for a penalty ignored when Steve Corris appeared to be pushed by Lee Crompton as he went for Darren Torpey's throw-in, but the referee instead saw Corris as the perpetrator and gave a free kick in favour of the visitors. With the confidence of having a lead, the Reds began to knock the ball around more freely, and Steve Jones was just off target as he looked for the top corner from the edge of the box. And Steve Williams was not far off making an instant impact after replacing Steve Corris, as he picked up Francis Barry's layoff, but the midfielder is still searching for his first goal of the season. Ryan Wignall had a great chance to make the point safe just before full time. James Buckley's vision perfectly picked out the winger, who with a deft touch raced past Gregory Harrison, but he couldn't find the perfect finish. In injury time though, James Buckley ensured that the Reds would claim all 3 points, as he marked his 50th appearance for the club with another deserved goal. Charging down Gary Doyle's attempted clearance, the ball broke kindly for Buckley and he took full advantage, sweeping the ball past Novak. That goal wiped out AFC Liverpool's negative goal difference, and the result took them up one place in the table to 15th, with AFC Blackpool and Stockport Sports now firmly in their sights. Difficult conditions out there, but you cope with them.
Yeah, but first half I thought, well, the wind played a big part in the game. I thought we kept them down, so we never really got going. First half. I don't think. We come in 1-0 down, which we had the win second half, so we just took that. Second half, thought we come out, we showed great character. I thought by the end we were comfortable winners, to be fair.
Bit of a sloppy goal to give away, didn't set yourself up for the corner.
Well, that's it. We work quite hard. We speak before the game about it, so that it was disappointing on that aspect there. But hopefully we'll go on. We'll learn by our mistakes. It hasn't cost us. And to be fair, after that, I thought we defended quite well. I thought young Tom Stewart and River Humphreys centre half, the two centre halves were very good. Thought they were brilliant tonight, the pair of them.
Especially it's the first time they play together as well, isn't it?
Well, yeah, well that's it. I mean, Tom's finding his feet now, to be fair. He's played 4 or 5 games on the bounce. He's done really well. He hasn't let himself down. I thought he excelled, to be fair, tonight. And considering River, must be 3 or 4 months since River's played, he's come back in. He's had a couple of problems. He's put them aside. He's worked hard. He's got himself back in. I thought he was outstanding as well.
Second half, conditions all in your favour, and you took full advantage.
Yeah, well, as I said, we come in 1 down. There was a strong wind, so we knew if we can play the right balls in the right areas. Once we got into their half, we sort of knew that we'd get chances, and we did. To be fair, we stayed patient. We got ourselves level pretty early on second half, and then I thought after that, to be fair, I thought there was only going to be one winner.
Chances were going to be a bit difficult to come by, so it was important that you took them when they came tonight.
Yeah, well that's it. I mean, on Tuesday night, for as much pressure we put Wigan Robin Park under, we never created an awful lot. So, and tonight was pretty similar, to be fair, but the chances we have had tonight we've took well. Young Buckley, he's took 2 chances, and it's nice to see Franny come back in. His first start, as I said, since before Christmas, similar to River. He's come in, he's got himself on a score sheet, got 80 minutes, so that's positive as well.
And yourself, how did you find it on the sidelines tonight?
Well, I was itching to get out there, but I'm 30 now and my back's given up a bit, so to be fair, it was a good time to have a rest, especially with the game coming up Monday. As much as I want to play every week, I know this is the first time I've had a rest this season, really, apart from suspension. So it was a good time to have a rest, and I enjoyed watching, to be fair, especially second half. And it's a little bit different, but I enjoyed it, to be fair, yeah. Learning
experience for you as well.
Well, that's it, because, to be fair, I don't think I've got long left in me, so I've got to get used to it, haven't I?
And Everton on Monday, dressing room, looking forward to it?
Well, yeah, as you say, it's a big derby. There's a lot of Liverpool fans in there, a couple of Everton fans, but obviously that gets put to one side for the game. Hopefully we'll get a few through the gate. We'll give a good account of ourselves, which I'm sure we will. And we're all looking forward to it, and hopefully, it's a quarter-final. We want to go and win this cup, so, there's no reason why we can't progress through to the semi-final.
3-1, good win in difficult conditions.
Very difficult, to be honest with you, Paul. Again, credit to both teams for playing in them conditions, mate. It's hard to play football, especially, you know, the pitch was drying out. It was really difficult, but you know, credit to my lot, especially second half. We pinned them back for the whole second half, but at times, you know, the conditions played the part. You know, we like to get it down and play at times, but again, the old saying is you have to play to the conditions. Very pleased with the 3 points, obviously. It's the first time I've beat St Helens, which I'm pleased about, and obviously we've gone hopefully 1 or 2 places further up the league, so overall, yeah, I'm very pleased, especially with it being the second game for some players in a matter of days, so yeah, I'm pleased.
Classic game of 2 hours really with the wind, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we do certain things prior to the game. You know, I'm a little bit disappointed in their goal. You know, I'm not knowing whether it was over the line, or not over the line. That's all irrelevant. You know, my little annoyance, if you like, was, you know, we set certain things up on defence and corners, and you know, 1 or 2 have switched off, and you know, if they're in the right position where they're being told to be, rather than just walking back, then you know, we'd have probably cleared that. So I haven't got no problems with the goal. Regards that, the first half, I felt, you know, we still had the game under control. You know, but you know, they probably could have nicked another one. Again, people switching off, but I look at it in the old, you know, again, 1 or 2 have played 2 games in a matter of days, so a little bit of fatigue may have kicked in. But you know, credit to them that they've knuckled down. We've had a word at half time, and then we've come out and we played okay. Not brilliant, but okay. But it's okay enough to get 3 points, so I'm pleased.
Had to change the team around again.
Yeah, they've got 5 days now before we play Everton. Obviously, everyone's at the football club are looking at it. And you know, we know it's a big game for us at AFC Liverpool, because now it becomes our very, very first major derby. But the lads in there, you know, credit to them. They've worked hard, and they've, like you said before, have changed 1 or 2. You don't like to change old change, but I've made 4 or 5, possibly 6 changes. Again, it's credit to the squad that I've got.
Nice for Franny Ray to get on the score sheet.
Yeah, they've always said, you know, Franny can score goals. You know, he hasn't had the best of luck with injuries and things like that. So to get like 60, 65 minutes out of him tonight and a couple of minutes the other day, you know, he's got minutes onto the football pitch, because he's generally a fit kid anyway. He looks after himself off the pitch, to be fair to him. But yeah, he's got his minutes in, so yeah, it's pleasing that he got the winning goal. I think he closed his eyes though.
And James Buckley getting 2 on his 50th appearance for the club.
Yeah, again, James has played the 2 games the last 2 nights, to be fair, and he looks a little bit of an athlete. I think if we get him a little bit fitter, James can be a really good player. But you know, I think that type of game suits James to a certain degree, because you know, he'll be the first to know. He likes to chew on the ball. He likes to, at times, if he learns to pass a ball, I think he can be a better player.
You can hear you on the touchline tell him to get rid of it occasionally.
It's not a case of just getting rid of it. He just wants to play, but he plays in areas that I'm thinking, you know, especially in the conditions, just you need to clip it, mate. And you know, he's done it once or twice and we've got in. So you know, the proof's in the pudding, if you like. But you know, he's going to score 2, so he told me to shut up before.
Do you think you should have had a penalty for a challenge on Steve Corris?
Yeah, not so more Steve Corris. I thought Steve Jones. I mean, you know, with the goalkeeper, when Stevens lobbed the goalkeeper, you know, his momentum took Stephen out the game. So if I thought if there was going to be any penalties, then that's the one I possibly would have argued the case for. But at the end of the day, these nights like this, referees, you know, and they're not my favourite people at times, but I have opinions. But he done okay considering the conditions tonight, so I'm pleased for him as well.
Weekend off now, and then the big game to look forward to on Monday.
Is it? You said they've got the weekend off, mate. They ain't got a weekend off, mate. They'll be in because we have to prepare for a big game on Monday night for this club. You know, we'll see how the knocks are and things like that, and if, you know, we'll just analyse everything, and if they need to come in on Saturday, mate, they'll come in Saturday. But again, we'll analyse everything.
Looking forward to it?
No. Yes, of course I am. I'm more pleased for the people that run this football club, mate, because again, they've backed me to the hilt since I've ever had the job, and it's pleasing that the people and the hard work that they put in, that we've got a game of that magnitude. So I'm very, very pleased for the people that run the football club, because it's a credit to them, because without them there's no football club, even yourself including that, Paul. You know, it's a credit to the lot of you, because you work hard behind the scenes, and I'm pleased for you, and I hope it generates a decent atmosphere, a decent crowd and a decent game of football. So yeah, we are looking forward to it, matey.